Test one, test two. We getting good.
Yeah. You might as well just do the whole thing, Court. Good morning. As we get ready, if you could please put your cell phones on vibrate or mute. Thank you very much. And on behalf of U.S. Soccer, I'd like to welcome you to today's press conference to preview USA-Mexico, presented by AT&T on September at Nissan Stadium. As we begin, we would like to thank the Tennessee Titans for hosting us today, as well as recognize members from the Nashville Convention and Visitors Corporation, Nashville SC and MLS to Nashville, and the Tennessee State Soccer Association, everyone who has partnered with us to bring this game here to Nashville. Part of the reason why we're here today is not just to create awareness around USA-Mexico, but also to build and help grow the relationships in the Nashville community and specifically the soccer community. So in addition to today's press conference, afterwards Dave will be doing a coaches Q&A with members of coaches from the Tennessee State Soccer Association and local clubs. And then this afternoon at 4:30, Dave, along with coaches from the TSSA and Nashville SC, will be conducting a grassroots clinic for 40 to 50 kids in the area. That will take place at East Park in East Nashville. So we're looking forward to a great day today. And as we begin, first let me introduce the head coach of the U.S. Men's National Team, Dave Sarachan, and the Honorable David Briley, Mayor of Nashville. So we'll begin with opening comments from Dave and the Mayor, and then we'll open up for a Q&A session. And then at the end, we'll be available for one-on-ones. So during the Q&A portion, if we could please stick to questions related to soccer. If there are additional questions for the Mayor, he's agreed to address those in one-on-ones following the press conference. So as we begin, we'd like to welcome the head coach of the U.S. Men's National Team, Dave Sarachan.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for coming out this morning. It's great to be back here in Nashville. I've met with some of the local stations this morning, and we were talking about my experiences here when we were back in 2017 playing in Nissan Stadium in front of close to 50,000 people playing Panama. It gave me a real sense of what the community feels about the sport here in Nashville. We're really excited that the USA-Mexico game is going to be based here. I know this city will embrace it. I know that the Nashville Soccer Club has established themselves already, and Major League Soccer is coming into this market in a couple years. I know Nashville's very interested and excited about the prospect of maybe hosting a World Cup game in 2026. So this is a market that is ripe for success for the sport of soccer. I really believe that. And to be able to bring such a high-profile match, USA-Mexico, as we all know, is a rival that we've had for many, many years, dating back to 1930. Fast forward to 2002 when we beat them in the quarterfinals of the World Cup in Japan and Korea. And it's just one of those rivalries that I've sort of used the analogy of Tennessee-Alabama. I think those people here that think about that rivalry, it's like that on steroids. And I think for Nashville to host us for that match is going to be very, very exciting. We're going to bring a good roster to the game, and we really look forward to spending some time here in Nashville and competing in front of what we hope to be a very loud and boisterous crowd that'll be rooting for our team. So, thank you.
The Mayor of Nashville, David Briley.
Thanks, Michael. And thanks, Coach Sarachan, for being here in Nashville. I know you got to see some of our live music last night, and I hope it went well. Thanks to Butch Spirit and to the Convention and Visitors Corporation for being here today, to the Tennessee Titans, of course, for opening up their space to us both today and on September 11th, when we're going to have a great game here in Nashville. I see Kortjeski is here from Nashville Soccer Club, and want to thank him for his leadership in soccer here in Nashville, and also appreciate that you did not bring the roadies, because they would have disrupted the press conference, I'm pretty sure, but that's okay. We look forward to welcoming the U.S. men's soccer team here on September 11th. They'll be coming back at least for their second time, maybe third time playing here. More than 2 times here in Nashville. But I think it's also important for me to say that we're going to welcome the Mexican team here, because in Nashville right now we have north of 100,000 people who are Latino in Nashville, and so probably the biggest challenge of this game is going to be making sure that we have equal number of fans on each side, because it's going to be an incredibly popular game, I think, not just in Nashville, but in the region. And I'm confident that if we had 50,000 people here last time, that will pale in comparison to the crowd that we're going to have here September 11th. Entonces, bienvenidos a Nashville, a la gente que viene para el partido, la gente que habla español también. Nashville is a soccer city. Last night we had an incredibly positive vote in the Metro Council moving forward on our commitment to MLS soccer, which is going to be playing at the fairgrounds here in the near future. And we are confident that we'll get all of the last-minute details worked out. The deal that was approved by the council back in November was a good deal for the city, and we've made some even more progress on that. And so everybody should feel confident that this is a good deal for our city, and we'll move forward. MLS Soccer Committee Nashville is great, not just because of the games itself, but this week we gave 400 tickets to this game, to the September 11th game, out through a partnership with Jackson National Life Insurance, Pinnacle Bank, and a third entity. And I can't remember who the third one was, so I apologize for that to whoever I left out. But we gave them out at the Boys and Girls Club here in Nashville. So we're going to have a good group of kids coming to see the game as well. John Ingram and the MLS leadership team has done a great job in terms of moving forward on MLS soccer here in Nashville. And I don't think there's really much question that in 2026 we'll have a World Cup game here in Nashville. Butch, please, applause. Applause, Butch, please. But right now we're ready to host the U.S. versus Mexico, and I think it's going to be an incredible game here in Nashville, and I look forward to being here and seeing it myself. Thank you.
Questions? Or you can just jump straight to pictures.
The rivalry, yes. It's been a long time. It's just one of those things, you know, every, whether it's a team or a region, there's always an opponent that raises the bar. And I think with the USA-Mexico games over many, many years, we've arguably been the 2 best teams in our region. I feel we've had a lot of moments where we've had the upper hand, and they've probably felt the same in certain occasions, but it always raises the bar when we play one another. There's mutual respect, but at the same time, each team wants to get the better of the other, and I think this coming September 11th will be no different. The roster? It's a work in progress. These rosters, there's a template that we start with of 35, and we're sort of paring it down as we've evaluated players both here domestically and overseas. And I would say that the roster, if you've followed our team over the last 6 friendlies, will be composed pretty similarly to what we've done in the past. But I feel very confident that the group that we're going to bring will be very competitive. Michael and I did speak, and we have spoken. You know, I've candidly, I've known Michael for 30-some-odd years. He and his dad and I are good friends. I've known Michael since he was little, so we talk often, but we did speak recently. I've made it pretty clear, I think, over the course of the months that I've had the team that the focus right now has been to offer opportunity for a lot of our young players, but we're not discounting the value of veteran leadership, and Michael falls into that category. So there will be a time, I'm sure, that we're going to count on those players like Michael to be a part of things. But we had a good conversation, and I think he understands where we are right now.
We have Alabama versus Tennessee on steroids virtually every weekend in Nashville, and so we are ready for that. I think it's important, you know, talking about the rivalry. I mean, there's so many routes that intersect between Mexico and the United States, and having this game here in Nashville, I think, is really important to our city. I think it's a good way for us to build those ties, and in a moment when it's maybe there's a little bit of more conflict than we typically have had between the two countries.
Any other questions? Okay. Well, I think Dave has something for the mayor.
I do. Mayor, it's not the weather for a scarf, but you'll be sporting our colors. Wanted to give you a member scarf from U.S. Soccer, and it looks good on you. I like that color.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure.
So if you'd like to come up and take a photo real quick with the mayor and Coach Sarachan.